Pittsburgh Steelers defensive lineman Cameron Heyward calls out the Pittsburgh Steelers fans and is pissed off over comments that were made. So, if you haven't seen, about 2 days ago I made a video on Cameron Heyward basically covering all the interactions about Steelers fans saying that he may have to be cut, he's too old, he's not the same player he used to be, and he's making a huge contract. I basically covered it all in that video, but now Cameron Heyward on social media, he responds to all the negative comments that were made about him since the season has ended, basically saying that he should be cut or that he should retire because of his contract and he's not the same player he used to be. Here's exactly what he said. Funny how you get hurt and yourself to get back to play and not be 100%. Now they want you to retire because I was hurt all year. At least I know where y'all stand. Y'all quick to forget when I'm healthy, but I look forward to reminding y'all. Use it as fuel, man. I honestly love it. Let my mind find the dumbest things to push me forward. 97 motivation. There's also another comment I'm pretty sure that he made, but that he deleted that I can't find anymore, of him basically saying directly, you gotta love Steelers fans. And obviously he's joking about that because of how badly they get on you. Because when you are playing good, they support you, but when you're not playing good, they get on you pretty badly. Not just this though, Cameron Heyward also had some liked comments. Obviously on social media you can see what the person puts out, but you can also see what they like in terms of content, and he started liking some tweets about like just a 3-word sentence or just sentences of motivation and just hypocrisy kind of comments, and that's what he started doing. He started making tweets and started liking comments basically about the situation that he's going through with the Steelers fans right now. Just in case you don't know what he's referring to with his comments and this video, he's basically talking about the 2023 season, which was a lost one for him. He tweaked his groin in camp, and then Hayward, he hoped it would heal by the start of the season. It didn't. Despite the extra rest days, he completely tore his groin in the Steelers' regular season opener against the 49ers. Then he was placed on injured reserve, and undergoing surgery, he missed the next 2 months before returning to the team's Week 9 game against the Tennessee Titans. And while Cameron Heyward, he boosted the Steelers' defense when he did return, it was obvious he wasn't even close to being 100%, and it was difficult for him to run or explode off of the snap. He lost most of the power on his pass rush, and that made him among football's top interior defense linemen in his career when he does have that power. He appeared in 11 games. Hayward finished with just 2 sacks, his lowest total since the 2012 season. So that's basically what he's referring to. He got injured, he pushed so hard to come back, and he was obviously playing injured, and everyone just looks at that season as now he fell off. He's not the same player, he's now washed. But they don't realize what he did when he was last healthy 2 seasons ago, in which he put up 10 plus sacks. Now because he played injured and he pushed back, many people could have just sat out with a torn groin basically the whole season. But no, he pushed back, and because he pushed back and wasn't the same player and he wasn't fully healthy, now people are saying these things about him. And he wants to use it as motivation moving forward, and he doesn't agree with it. Cameron Heyward also, since the season ended, posted a photo of him undergoing surgery in the hospital bed, and reportedly it was a cleanup procedure on his injured groin. So even now, he's still dealing with the aftermarks of the injury, and obviously he wasn't 100% if he still needs to have surgery after the season ended. So now his body was obviously compensating for a groin injury, and you could have the unbalance when you're playing, which tends to lead to more injuries. So obviously Cameron Heyward, he wasn't fully healthy. But that's not also the only reason why Cameron Heyward is pissed off about the season and the comments being made about his retirement. He should maybe retire or be cut and needs to take a pay cut. He's also mad and he's adamant that he won't entertain taking a pay cut. Even with Friday's record salary announcement, it's still likely the team will rework his contract, most likely in the form of an extension or a reduced 2024 cap charge, or just kind of a restructure of his contract. He obviously has said in multiple interviews he does not feel as though he needs to take a pay cut and take less money because obviously he still believes he could play at a high level and he's worth the money that he will be getting paid. So, the decision that Pittsburgh Steelers face is a significant financial decision as they navigate through the 2024 offseason. Cameron Heyward, the Steelers defense lineman, has a hefty salary at $16 million, in which translates to a $22.4 million against the team's salary cap. And that's why many fans are talking about it, saying at this age, at 35 years old, pushing 36, will the Steelers decide to cut him? And should they? And many fans think they should because he's just not the same player that he used to be. And that's why he's getting so mad about the comments. And Mark Kaboly actually talked about exactly what the Pittsburgh Steelers could do with Cameron Heyward's contract. Here's what he said that he thinks that they will do. Then they have to make a decision on Cameron Heyward. And which way will they go there? I would assume that they would simply extend him. Don't give him any new money. Extend him for a year or two so you can spread out that $22 million cap hit over 2 or 3 years, which means you would have to eat some of it later on down the road. That $22 million is pretty significant. So, what that basically means, just say they do that. That means that once he's done playing these couple of years, that means that they basically assume that he will retire. Once his contract is done, that basically assumes that he's not going to be playing any longer than what his current contract is. Because when you sign him to a 2-year extension, that's basically on the books to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, but he'll be making zero money, and that money just spread across, meaning that you're assuming that he won't play any longer than his current contract. And actually, that's fair to assume, because I would assume the same thing. He would be like 37 years old when his contract is over, and do you really think he's going to be playing into 37 years old? It's really hard to do that, especially on the defense lineman, in which you still need to have a lot of power and mobility to get past the offense lineman. So obviously you would assume that he would not be playing until he's 37, especially at a high level anymore. And also, it's fair to assume that because Cameron Heyward, even this offseason, has flirted with retirement many times, but then he recently announced after the season ended, he needed a couple weeks, then he announced that he would be returning for this upcoming season. No matter what happens with Cameron Heyward's contract situation, he's 100% eager to prove to the Pittsburgh Steelers fans that he's still the same player that he used to be and make them realize quickly that it was just because of an injured season. And that's kind of fair because when you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers with poor D-line depth, the Steelers need Cameron Heyward to look like his old self once again in 2024. Even so, they must improve their depth and get younger. Re-signing Armand Watts will be important, as will adding at least one more defense lineman in the draft or through free agency, allowing Keanu Benton to also have a larger role on the team and in sub-packages. So, Cameron Heyward, since 2011, he's been tied with James Harrison for the second most sacks in Steelers history, each sitting at 80.5 in total. He will go down in team's history as one of the franchise's best defensive linemen. That's nothing to doubt in that area. But with this season coming up, let's see how much he could help the team. And also last season, even when he came back from his injury and he was playing injured, he was still one of the best defense linemen on the team and made a huge impact in the run defense and pass rush, even though his stats were not great. Him being on the field, absorbing double teams, it just allowed other players to do what they do best and not have so much focus on themselves and more focus on Cameron Heyward just by being out there. So even at his age, he still absorbs so much attention by opposing coaching staffs in terms of making offense linemen double team him or more eyes towards him, allowing to free up others. But with that being said, that's the reason why Cameron Heyward is kind of upset at the comments and pissed off about them, saying that he should retire or that he needs to take a pay cut. This is everything that's kind of been talked about by him and what's going on in that situation. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Your thoughts? Do you think he needs to take a pay cut? Do you think he should retire? Do you think he's just injured last season and that's why it was a down year? Or do you think that he's not going to get back to what he used to be? Or do you think that he will get back to what he used to be? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel down below as well if you like Steelers content, analysis, and reports. Like the video, turn on post notifications down below for the channel as well. So whenever I post a new video, whether that be breaking news, updates on free agency, which is coming up, and the draft, which is coming up, you could get notified right away, or just rumors and everything like that. I cover everything, post every single day, basically. So turn notifications, click that bell down below, and I'll see you guys all later. Till next video, I'm out. Peace.